Hello everyone! As you can see in the top right, it is day 100. But as we all know, that's kind of a lie because we've done what, like three three playthroughs. Um, but since we did hit day 100, or I did hit day 100 on this save, I figured we'd do a little tour. Um, so obviously we come in, come up on the lines, and all the bays lead to these 5 rows of scanners, which we'll go through here in a second. Well, you know what? No, we'll go through it now. So your rejects are on the right. Your accepted is on the left. I did not repaint these belts over here because I just added them in. So I'll probably do that eventually if I want to keep the shelves in there. But they go through these scanners. The rejects continue. Oh, hey, we can do boats today. The rejects continue down this way, merge up, and any backlog is on the shelves, merge up and go into this output. The accepted packages come down this line here. Trucks go out in A2. Airplanes, right? No, boats. Boats come down this outside line, come into this sorting area and get stored up in these racks. Airplanes are in the middle line, which have 2 rows of racks, and then trains, which also have 2 rows for that Saturday, Sunday when no trains ship out. And trains are only trains are shipped out of this bay, this A1 bay. So we don't use this for trucks. I still don't understand how each of these bays are labeled, like why they're labeled what they are. I just added, I was by myself, I was offline. Nobody to witness it. Not that there's anyone watching anyway. Ha ha ha. Self-deprecating humor. But I just, we got some backup on these accepted lines. So I figured we could try, and we obviously, as you can see, we still do. There's no real way for me to, at least not that I can think of, fully adjust for it. Just the way the joiners work at this time in the game. Wow. And there we are. I mean, that's the factory. That's our factory. That's our warehouse right now. But until future updates, this is one of currently 2 warehouses, and we might go look at the other warehouse too, because it's set up slightly differently. But as you can see, it comes through, gets scanned for if it has a sticker or not, pre-approval, pre-rejection. Then it gets measured for weight, checked for serial number, checked for country, cargo type, stamp, and finally, contents prohibited. As you can see, I'm not using shop. Where is it? This thing, contents inspector diverter conveyor, because it's just not necessary. Just all the packages can get scanned, and the scanner only takes a second, so it just wasn't necessary to take up the extra space. But overall, I mean, things run pretty smoothly. As you can see, I put toggle belts on each of these lines, or pause belts on each of these lines, just in case, one gets too backed up and I want to let some traffic through. Did the same thing over here with the reject lines. So obviously, because of the way the joiners work, these 2 lines will generally always be the first to go through. So these 3 will back up the most. With usually, for some reason, it's these 2 that'll back up most heavily. But this way, we can just control flow a little bit, and hopefully make things run a little smoother. I wonder, I've never stopped the game in the middle of a day. Not that it matters. But let's go take a look at the other warehouse. Main menu. Confirm. And on this one, we're on day 64. So obviously, we've played a lot more. And that I overwrote the original save that was there, which had, I don't know, 60, 70 something days on it. So let's take a look. So I don't think we're actually using any. Are we using any of the bay? Yeah, we are. Okay, so we're using the reject bay over here, and I think airplane and maritime, and that's it. So packages come in. They each go to a storage shelf, and they get scanned. In this case, for these, we're coming up, and then packages go up, come around, and then go out. So the approvals here are in the middle, the rejects on the outside. The rejects merge up, make sure they have a stamp, and then they go onto this line here to be sent out to disposal. The accepted, either pre-approved on these inside lines or just need stamps prior to being shipped off. Get stamped, come up here, merge onto this line, head out, get sorted, and go off. So they come out for planes, maritime, trucks, and trains. And then, so our back 3 bays, whoop, come on, similar setup. They come in, go through a shelf, get scanned, rejects on the outside, approvals down the middle. How did I set this up? I already forgot how I set this up. This time though, at least for this first bay, approvals come to the outside, go up, come down, get sorted, and off they go. Oh, that's what we're doing. Haha, see, I haven't played this in like a week, so I forgot what we're doing. We are also using this C2 bay, which is a mix of planes and maritime, and I have pause belts set up for each. Maritime, I believe? Yep, maritime is off of this belt, gets stored there. Airplanes off of this belt here, get stored here. As I said, trains come in here. This is our only train line, and that is the only bay, only train bay, and we are only, again, using this bay for trucks for the entire factory, and we are also, just to help relieve some backup from the rejects, we're also using this invalid bay to be sent off to get burned or whatever. So as you can see, trains. Whoo, trains. And you might have also noticed I'm not using the large shelves in this playthrough, in this warehouse, because we'll look at the shop real quick. To go from the small rack to the medium rack is a $400 increase, and you get 4 extra packages. However, going from the medium rack to the large rack is a $700 increase for only 4 more packages or parcels. And honestly, I have so much. I have enough space that I can just put more if I need them. It just didn't seem quote-unquote cost effective to upgrade to the larger shelves, if you want to call it an upgrade. So with all of these, all 3 of these bays are designed the same. The rejects on the outside and accepted down the middle. You know, they come up, go around, come back down, get stamped if they need to, and then the accepted come back and go get sorted and sent off to their respective bays. Rejects will stay on this line here, come down, come around, get onto a shelf just to help relieve some of the backup, because we have a lot of bridges, unfortunately, And the bridges, I hate the bridges. I'm not gonna lie. At the time of recording this video, I do not like the way the bridges work. I think they need to be adjusted, and their timing needs to be adjusted. Um, just how the whole way they operate needs to be fixed in my personal opinion. Not that it matters, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, you know, if you look at the saves specifically, we're at 164 days between the two um, facilities, warehouses. That's the word I was looking for, warehouses. Different setups for scanning and sorting. We also, instead of like doing one on top of the other on top of the other, like we kind of did with that one or with the trains and boats over here, we tried something a little different. And our packages came in and then can split left to right or straight, and then all merge up at this point here and get sent off. Which it just, you know, this factory was kind of, or again, I keep calling it a factory. Woo, this warehouse was just kind of more of a test bed, and you know, still might be adjusted here in the future. But yeah, no. So I just want a nice and short video. Just want to give a quick tour, 100 quote unquote 100-day tour. Hope you all enjoy it. Hope you have a great day. If you have any thoughts, comments, feedback, you know, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.